Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you around the client management portal that I use. It's called Practice Better. Now, I do also encourage you to get the app on your phone because it can be really handy to access your protocols or your notes or your lifestyle and your mood and your food journals on your phone. So the app is called Better by Practice Better, and it looks like that. It's got a little hourglass, like two little bowls, okay, a green and a lighter green and a dark green. And then on the phone, you can access all of your notes and your journals, right? It may look a little bit different to the desktop. Let me share my screen with you so I can show you around what it would look like, where you would find your notes, your programs, your protocols, where you can log your food and mood journals, and you can also log your measurements. And anytime you log your food and your mood, I will get to see what you log. So I'm in there every day, checking off clients, having a look at what they're eating, how much water they're drinking, how their measurements may be changing. All right. So let me just share my screen. Go. Okay. So when you first log in, let me just log out and I'll show you what it looks like. You'll first log in and you'll see your details and your password. And anytime you need to, if you've forgotten your password, you can just click on the forgot password and it will email you a link to change your password. Okay, so when you come into your portal, you will see any notifications that may have come up, any files that have been shared with you. So sometimes I share protocols. You could view all of those there, but you could also you could see various forms in your portal. So you could see your protocols here. So you could navigate on the left-hand side. You can navigate across the top. So you could see if I've shared any protocols with you, they would be under protocols. So here you could see maybe you've got a gut healing protocol, or I've sent you some general recommendations for gut and hormones. Or, if you're struggling with autoimmune, then this way you'll see your protocols. You'll also see where I've shared some documents with you. So this could be your meal plans and your recipe guides, and you'll see those there. Now, you might also see, like maybe you've had some lab work done, so you could see that under labs. Let me just hide this screen so it's out of your way. Under labs, you would see any blood test results or any microbiome or hormone tests that you've had. You would see that under the lab. Any terms and conditions, you could see that under forms and waivers. Maybe I've sent you a feedback form to be completed after our session, and maybe I've sent you a detailed health questionnaire, so you could see your answers in there. If you ever wanted to make a booking, you could click on bookings and you could request a booking. So you could say request a session, and that would come up, and maybe you'd be interested in doing a microbiome test or a hormone test, or maybe you want to just book a session with me. You could see that here. So you could book a follow-up consultation, and if you said book now, that will take you directly to my calendar. You can choose whether you want that in person, by phone, or online. And if you choose in person, you've got a couple of different locations. So I work at the gym at Sportly at Minchinhampton Fitness Hub, or I work from home. So as soon as you click one of those locations, then you'll be taken directly to my diary, and you click on the day, and you could see what set time sessions are available. All right. So as you can see, I'm quite booked up for the next little duration, but certainly you come to a day here where I've got some availability. You click on that day and you would see various times that are available for that session. All right. Now, so I'll just go back out of that. All right, so here you can see that's another way you could navigate across the top here. You could navigate all your resources and your journals. So let me just go into your journals where you may wish to log all the food that you've eaten. And whatever you log, I will also keep an eye on. I may not comment every day. Sometimes I might say, look, a little bit more water, a little bit less carbohydrates, maybe a little bit more protein. But what's really good when you log your entries here, you will have all your breakdowns of your nutrients, your macro and your micronutrients. So you can start to see yourself how well you're tracking according to your plan. You can also track your food and your mood, but you can also track your lifestyle. So this is where, if you're going to be tracking your weight loss, this is a really good place to do it. So you could hit the plus button here, and you could easily track or log an entry. Oh, okay. So we can do log a lifestyle entry, or log some water, or log some food. And under lifestyle entry, you will see that you can track your activity, your measurements. So here you can add a measurement. So say we're talking about if you want to add your arm measurements, you could add that in. You could also add your chest measurements, your under your bust, your waist, your lower abdomen, your hips, and maybe your legs and your arms can be quite good. Your right thigh, etc. And then you can add those measurements in, and that way we can keep a track of those over time. You can also add your mood. So particularly if we're struggling with anxiety or low mood, we can start to see a pattern of those moods over time, which can be really helpful. Because sometimes in conjunction with the full moon, we might be always feeling a little bit low after the full moon, and it's really nice to see that pattern. You can track how well you poop, so how well you're moving your bowels. You could say, yes, it was a really satisfying bowel movement, or it was, you had a bowel movement, but the consistency was actually a bit pebbly, and it was a light brown color, and that can really help us to ascertain what's going on with your digestion. You can also track your sleep and anything that you wanted to note, particularly like, oh, I was feeling really, really down today because I had a really stressful weekend, or I had a lot of stress at work. You could track those details in there. So you can also track your exercise. And what happens over time is the more information you put in there, the more information we've got to work with on, what's happening with your hormones, what's happening with your weight gain, what's happening with your digestion. Because the more information we have, we can see patterns in things, and that will be really helpful over time, especially when you're maybe prone to self-sabotage or low mood at particular times of the month. This can be really powerful information. All right, so that's where you'll find that. You also have a chat function, so you can send me a direct message here, and this will get seen by me possibly more quickly than an email, because I do get a lot of emails and it takes me time to go through those emails. And I generally say that within the chat function, I aim to get back to you within 24 hours. Sometimes that's not always possible with the client load, but certainly within a 48-hour period, I would aim to get back to you using this secure chat function. So that's really quite good for communicating with me and getting me to be top of mind for your case and for your situation. All right, so I really encourage you to use your portal and get the most out of it. The more you use the portal, the more we can really work to getting you the best outcome. So you could send a message. You might also see tasks for you to complete in here. and you can mark them off when you've completed them. So I might have requested that you do the burp test, or an instruction on how to make linseed tea, or maybe take some time to clean out your kitchen. And you can also see your completed tasks. All right. So once you've completed a task, you can mark it as complete here. All right. So that's a little bit of a tour around the portal. As I said, the more you get information, the more you use the portal, the more we will have information available for our next session. And sometimes my system will send you a task to do before your next session. So you may have, often before a session, I will get you to fill in some weekly habit trackers just to see how you're going, which will help inform me before your next session as to how you're going with some of the recommendations that I've made. All right, so there we go. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you've got any questions when you're using your portal, every time we have a session, you will get some session notes, and you will see that in session notes here. So you will go into there and you'll be able to see the initial consultation and everything I've recommended as part of that. And you'll get to see, your follow-up session notes. So every time we have a session, I will populate some notes in here, and you'll generally see some recommendations about what we need to be focusing on. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that is helpful and that you are able to get the most out of the Practice Better system. Remember to download it on your phone as well. It can be really helpful to keep you accountable, to keep us communicating in between sessions, and to book your sessions and keep a record of your progress using that portal. All right, any questions, please let me know.